In this video, we will take a look at a popular style of documentation called SOAP notes. SOAP is an acronym that stands for Subjective, Objective, Assessment, and Plan. This is just a format by which you might design your notes and documentation when you're working with clients. Now, depending on where you work, there may already be a structure that your agency or hospital or school would like you to use. If that's the case, then perhaps this is not that helpful for you to follow. But if it's not the case, and perhaps you have a bit more flexibility in how you design your note taking, this structure may be a nice, simple, and concise way for you to capture a client interaction. So subjective is meant to capture what are the client's impressions? What does the client report to you that might be helpful for you to note and remember? O stands for objective. What are the things that are not just the client's report or statements, but that the person's actually demonstrating right in front of you? A stands for assessment. What are your professional interpretations? What are you analyzing and critiquing and coming up with as a potential takeaway from the conversation? And then finally, P stands for plan. What are the next steps? What's going to happen between now and the next meeting, and what's going to happen at the next meeting? Here I just have a very brief example of how you might follow the SOAP note format. Now, honestly, it's common for people to follow SOAP notes, but have something that's much longer than this. This was just meant to be a snapshot of what it might sound like in each section of the SOAP note, but this is not meant to represent the length of your note necessarily. So under subjective, I have Mr. Jones reports that he is frustrated with his job search. He claims, "No one wants to hire a man who's my age. This is pointless." Under objective, I have Mr. Jones is wearing the same clothes that he wore for his previous appointment. The clothing has an odor and his body appears to be unclean. He speaks rapidly and demonstrates confusion. Under assessment, I have Mr. Jones may need more assistance to identify jobs that are appropriate for his skill set and mental status. And then under plan, Mr. Jones will come to the next appointment with a list of his personal strengths and skills so that the counselor can assist him in finding a good match. This was just meant to give you a small sample of what it might look like to go through SOAP, SOAP notes.